Okay, so here we are on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Today we're going to make something really special. We're going to make a Texas style prime rib. We're going to do it in our Fireplace pizza oven. As you can see, I already started the fire in here. Got it going real good. We're going to let this warm up. I like to get the fire going a little bit before I pull the damper out and get the heat into the oven itself. So I'll let this set for maybe 10-15 minutes, but I'm going to go in and show you how I prep this prime rib, and we're going to get this thing cooking. Okay, so here we go. This is a 6.5 pound bone-in prime rib. First thing I want to do with this is a really nice piece of meat. So what we're going to do is we're going to just trim a little bit of this excess fat off. I like to take just a little more like down towards the bones here. Just get some of that heavy fat off of there. So we'll trim this up a little bit. Take that little bit of fat right on the back side of the bones there. And that's about all I'm going to do to this. That's probably about it. Throw this. Maybe just a hair off the top here yet. What we're going to do is we're going to cook this in our Fireplace pizza oven with a good dried oak log. And it's going to take, I'd say we're gonna do it at 250. Try to keep it around 250, and it's gonna take probably 2.5 to 3 hours. And what we're looking for is medium dead center. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna season this up first. We're gonna use our meat thermometer. I'll leave it in for about an hour. Once it's in there and starting to cook, I'll put the meat thermometer in, and you can actually, it's really neat, you can just go on your phone and watch it and wait for the right temperature that you want for the internal temperature. But okay, that looks pretty much it. I took most of the heavy fat off, but very nice piece of meat. This is something a lot of people make like during the holidays. Around Christmas time, a lot of people eat prime rib then. We just thought we'd do it in the pizza oven to give you a good shot at how you can do this and how versatile this oven can be, because it's basically a smoker as well. So let me get started. First thing I did was I wanted to try this W sauce everyone's talking about. And what you can actually do is go to Walmart, and they have a whole section with all types of hot sauces for $1. So we picked up a couple of these. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, we're going to use this as our binder, and we're going to just pour this all over top of the meat and rub it in. I'm going to do the bottom as well. The thing is with prime rib, it's so thick that basically all your seasonings is on the edges of it. So don't be afraid to put seasoning on this, because when you slice it, the only place you're going to have the seasoning is on the edges. So I'm really going to season this up, rub this in real good. The first thing I want to do, after you have it all in there good like that, I'll do the bottom first. But what we're going to do is we're going to take some coarse ground black pepper. You can get this just about anywhere. So we're gonna really put this on pretty generously. Pat it down there. Do the ends as well. If someone likes the end cut, they're gonna get a lot of the seasoning on the end cut because it's actually on the whole steak itself. So pretty much pat all that in there like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with some of this Holy Cow seasoning. Put this on as well, on the ends. And then a little bit on top. pat that down. And the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this garlic and herb and I'm gonna put that on, just a generous amount. This really brings out the flavor. It's a really nice seasoning for this. And then on top. So we should be good to go now. So we got all that there. Wipe my hands off. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna let this rest for a little bit, and then we're gonna go out and put it in our pizza oven, and we're gonna cook this, and we're gonna go at like I say about 250. I mean, it's gonna take about 2.5 to 3 hours for this, but this is gonna be an amazing dinner. So stick with me, and you'll see how this all ends up. We'll check it in about an hour after we put it in there, and then we'll put our thermometer in. Okay, so one thing I want to talk to you about is the pan. I use this pan a lot, as you can see. It's been through it with this pizza oven. What happens with this is there's actually a rack inside of it. So what you do on a lot of smokers, you just put the meat right on the rack inside the smoker. With this one, you want to use this pan because what happens is, for one, it protects your cooking stone, so you don't get all that juices all over your cooking stone. And two, you actually save the juices from the meat, so you have a really nice, like after you're done with the cook. And I'll use that at the end, and I'll show you what we do with that. But the seasoning's all adhered to this. You can see how it's just pulling the moisture right out of this. So we'll put this right on this pan, and we're gonna go ahead and put this in our pizza oven. Okay, so here we are out at the pizza oven. It's been burning for a while. What I did was I just pulled the damper out. On these units, when you pull this damper out, the heat actually transfers into the box instead of going around it. And you can see I'm already at 250 degrees. And that's about where we want to be for this cook. So what we want to do is we want to just open this up. And you can see how nice that looks. And we're going to put this right in here. Just like that. And close the door. And what I like to do with this pizza oven is, if you keep the doors completely closed, if you have a nice fire in there, you're going to maintain right around 225 with this oven. But if you want to get a little hotter or get done fast, just open it a little bit like that. What that does is let air in, and you can just see the temperature going up. I'm at 275 right now, and I just pulled the damper a few minutes ago. So we're going to try to keep this around 250 and just maintain that fire, and we'll check it in about an hour, and then we'll put our meat thermometer in. Okay, so it's been about an hour and 15 to hour and 20 minutes. It's time that we're going to baste this. I'm going to do that like twice through this. I'll tell you what, I'm going to use this W sauce as a baste, and we're going to baste this, and then we're going to put the meat thermometer in. So let's take a look at this. Wow, it's coming along really good. Now when you baste, you just want to kind of go over top of it. You don't really want to brush the seasoning off. But we're going to get this all nice. You're going to hear it sizzling. And baste this all really nice with this W sauce. See how this stuff turns out. It's looking really good. Next, I'm going to take our meat thermometer. I'm going to show you a picture of this. But this is basically, we're just going to put this in the thickest part of the meat. Stick it right down in there. And we have an app on our phone, and we'll check this. Another thing, we're getting really good bark on this. If you want to, like, if you don't like a real heavy bark, one thing you can do is you can actually just take a little bit of foil like this and just lay it over top of it. And what that does is it stops if you don't want so much of a thick bark on it. I like the bark, but we're going to do that and try it for a little bit until the next time we baste it. So I'm going to check the temp of this. We're looking for like 145, 150 in the inside. That's like medium. And then we're going to take this out and let it rest. But we'll let it in here. We're maintaining right at the 250 mark. So just a little bit of wood in this, just to keep it going, and it's coming along really, really well. Okay, so my temperature gauge on my phone just told me that we hit 146. So this is ready. It's done. It's been in here now. This roast was a little bit bigger than what I thought, so it was about almost 4 hours that it took to do this. So I'm gonna pull this out here so you can actually see what it looks like. I'm gonna get my hot pads on because it's very hot. I can hear it sizzling. So there we go, look at that. Perfect. And I put that foil over it for a little bit. That really helps. Because it's if you like a lot of bark, just leave it straight like that. The oven did great. I figured, like I said, I was a little over on the poundage. And I had this at right around 250, 300 degrees. And it took about 4 hours for this. And when you're done with this oven, the nice thing is you just let it cook out. You can close the doors. You can roast some marshmallows if you want. And then also make sure you push the damper in, because now what happens is the heat's not in the box anymore. It just goes right up the chimney. So we're gonna go in here and we're gonna cut this up, and I'm gonna show you what this looks like on the inside. We're gonna let it rest for just a few minutes and we'll start from there. Okay, so here we are. We brought the prime rib in here, and I'll tell you what, the pan we use in the pizza oven is amazing. It caught all the drippings from that. We didn't get a whole lot to make like an au jus like we do with the pulled pork. You get a lot from that. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this up and see what it's like. What I like to do first is this. I mean, some people leave the ribs on. We're gonna cut them right off. Look at it falling right off the bone. We don't even have to really even slice it off of there. Let's take this off. And you can eat these as like ribs, but look at that, there's all kinds of good meat on there. I'm gonna make a mess here, I know it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this right down the middle so we can see what this looks like. Just to get a good view of the inside. Look at that. That's perfect. That's medium prime rib. Look at the juice just coming out of that. That's perfect. What I'm gonna do is cut a slice off of here so we can try it out. But we'll take some pictures of this and show you up close what this looks like. But I'm gonna try a piece of this. And I have gloves, it's still really hot. These are insulated gloves. That's amazing. I'll tell you what, you can really taste the flavor of the W sauce we use. Again, try this. You can get it at Walmart for like $1 and try it out and see if you like it. But, man, it's good. But we're gonna have dinner here tonight. We cooked potatoes. We got potatoes, beans, and another neat thing I did is I actually made the horseradish sauce. So we'll try that out as well. Again, anything you can do in that pizza oven. It just depends what you want to make. Just check your cook times. It does take a little bit of a learning curve for it, but that's what makes it fun. So again, try it out. If you like this video, just subscribe. And I'm Jay. We'll see you next time.